Hi everyone, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Stacey and I live in the south of England, southwest of England in Devon with my husband and 3 children. This is podcast number 5. I had to think then, it's been ages. Number 5. Yeah, welcome back to everyone that's come back, and I've had a few new subscribers, so hello to you. This is a podcast about knitting, a little bit of crochet, maybe some other little crafty things I've thrown in. I wasn't going to do one this early after the last one because it's only been 2 weeks, but it's my daughter's birthday, my youngest, I've got 3 daughters, it's my youngest daughter's birthday next weekend, and I won't get a chance to podcast. Even though we're in lockdown, we still have some plans. So yeah, I'll talk about that at the end. Today is Saturday the 20, I have to think, Saturday the 20, no, it's Sunday. I've lost a day. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of November. So we're only 8 days away from Advent. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to talk about my Advents as well today. It's really gloomy, a bit miserable, a bit drizzly outside. My husband's taken the girls out Stone Age, to look for Stone Age settlements. We live near Dartmoor and there's a few Stone Age settlements, and my middle child is studying that at school. I say studying, it's year 3, so it's their project this term. So we thought he'd take them out for a few hours to go and find some Stone Age settlements, so that'll be exciting for them. But I've taken the opportunity to do a little podcast. I'll also be baking my daughter's birthday cake this afternoon, planning to do a rainbow layer cake. I've got these quite small silicone cake tins that layer up really nicely, so I'm planning to do a rainbow cake for her. And then got a roast dinner this afternoon. So yeah, that's my day all planned out. I've got a few FOs, couple of FOs, and a couple of whips that you've not seen before. So that's exciting. I like to be monogamous with my knitting. So having lots of whips doesn't always work for me because I like to pick up one and just work on it till it's finished. But then I've seen so many new projects since I've really got into my knitting this year. And I'm a bit more engaged in Ravelry and Instagram. So yeah, I've picked up, there's so many things I want to do that I keep starting them. So I've tried to finish off a few things, and that's allowed me to start some new things. I should probably say, you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Staceyjlew, which I'll pop here somewhere. And I might try and do show notes today rather than putting everything on the screen. I don't know, what does everyone prefer? Do you like it to come up while I'm talking, or would you prefer it in the bottom as a show note? I think if it's a show note, you get the opportunity to look back on it. So if you're not watching me, if you're just listening while you're knitting, then you can look at the show notes afterwards, can't you? So I'll try that today, but let me know what you think. Okay, let's get right into it, shall we? So my first FO is something I had half started last time, and it's the my Christmas socks for my eldest daughter. So here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Aren't they lovely? So these are the, I'm trying to look around the camera so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to hold them up and block my face and hope you can see it. So these are the Rose City roller socks. They're absolutely, yeah, it's just a quick shorty pattern, really nice and easy. The yarn is the West Yorkshire Spinner Christmas yarn in Silent Night. I really love this yarn. It's so sparkly, and against the navy blue, it really stands out. So yeah, so I've done, she's a size 7, so they're quite, I've tried them on and I'm a size 6, so I tried them on and they're marginally too big for me, so I'm hoping they'll fit her. But they're really gorgeous. I'm really happy. So that's 2 socks, 2 sets of my girls' Christmas socks down, 1 to go. I think I'll get them done by Christmas. So yay for that. So yeah, and I used, all my socks, I use a 2.5 DPNs. I do everything on DPNs. I've tried Magic Loop and I can't get on with it. And I don't have any of the little tiny things. They might be quite nice for going round and round. But I think I'd have to do my heels, toes and toes definitely. I'd have to do on DPNs because it's just, I find it easier. But yeah, so that's those. First FO. Oh, there's crumbs on the table. Excuse me while I just scoop them onto the floor. I'll hoover them later so I can put my whips down. Next one is something I showed you last week, and it's the Hearten cowl. And so this year I signed up to Knit Event, which is like an adventy knit along thing by Helen of Curioushandmade. So I paid I think it was like $9.95. I paid $9.95, and that gives you access to 6 patterns over the course of 5 weeks. A new pattern comes out every Thursday, and the idea is to knit it and enter it into the FO thread and maybe win some prizes. So the first pattern was the Hearten cowl. I'm a little bit behind because I've been doing loads of other things as well, but that's okay. So the first one was a Hearten cowl, and I have now finished it and blocked it. I love this so much. Okay, here we go. Look at the colours in that and the pattern. Don't look too closely at the pattern because I made a few mistakes, because it's got this really, you do like a wrap stitch, but there's a sneaky one that you have to do right at the end of the round, and I forgot that a few times, so it made my sort of leaves, if you were a bit out of alignment. I'll do a close-up on the screen. Yeah, I don't know how far up that went. It's really gorgeous. I made the original pattern was to cast on 300 stitches, which makes a really long one, which you can wrap round twice. But I've done this for my 7-year-old daughter, and so I cast on 100, and it needs to be in repeats of 12. So I cast on 132 stitches and made it slightly shorter. I did slightly less repeats, just so it would fit her. But I really enjoyed working on it. It was really quick to work up. I can put it on, but it's a bit tight on me, and I got lipstick on and I don't want to wreck it. So I will get a photo, I will get it on my daughter and try and get a photo of it on her. The yarns are Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit yarns, and this was a mini skein set called Afternoon Tea, and there's colours in it, like I haven't got the bands on me at the moment, but there's colours in it like raspberry macaron and elderflower and lemon and all wonderful things, but the colours are just beautiful. Look, it's like a sweet, it really is. Look at that. It's really gorgeous. I love the colours together. They work so well. So now that I've shown you, I'm going to let her wear it. But yeah, love that. So I've entered that into the FO thread on the Hearten Cowl and Curioushandmade's Ravelry page. So that's that one done. And then I wanted a couple of quick projects to do. So I was just having a look through my stash, and I've got quite a lot of coloured cotton yarn, just all in singles, mostly from paint box yarns, but a couple of others in there as well. And so I thought I'd make some baubles. I've done baubles a few years ago. I have some on my tree, but I thought I'd just make a few extra this year because I quite enjoy making them. I still had some polystyrene balls left. So I've made 2 so far. I'll show you them. They're just patterns I Googled and free patterns I found when I Googled. I didn't make a note of who they were, but there's lots and lots of patterns if you Google or even on Ravelry. And these are crocheted. So this is the first one. It's still got, I haven't cut the tail off yet. And this is just a really nice sort of mauvey colour. And inside, I say, I buy polystyrene balls. So I crochet, I used a 3.5mm hook, and I crochet sort of halfway up. Then I put the polystyrene ball in, and then I crochet to tighten it. The second half takes a lot longer because you've got the ball already inside, so you can't be flexible with your hook. You're doing it a bit tighter as you go. So you can probably see the top half is ever so slightly more stretched than the bottom half. I probably decreased slightly too soon and stretched it out, but you can't see it when it's hanging up on the tree. So did that one. And I did this one, another pattern I found just off Google, a bit more brightly coloured, this one. So again, you just start off with some DCs. These are in, is this American terms or UK terms? Single crochet, US terms. I tend to crochet in US terms, I find it easier. So I think those are just like single, some DCs, two groups of 2 DCs, groups of 1, groups of 3, and then sort of joined down the middle. Again, this is in a polystyrene ball. You can just see bits of it through there. And I knit both halves separately. It's the same both sides. I knit both halves separately, and then I did a joining. I just joined them, put the ball inside and joined it all the way around, and then just crocheted a little loop to hang it up with. So yeah, that's 2 finished, and I've got a whole load more. So they're a nice, quick, easy project that took like an hour. So I can get lots of those done of an evening while I'm sitting watching the telly. So that's a bonus. That's all my FOs. So some works in progress. Some new works in progress that you've not seen before. Let's start with these. So as soon as I cast off the Rose City Rollers, the Christmas socks for my eldest, I cast on the Christmas socks for my youngest. If I don't cast on straight away, it won't get done. So as soon as I cast off, I cast straight on for these. And let me get them out. So the yarn, I don't know what the colourway is because I don't have the ball band, but I did find a random old photograph in my photos showing me what it is. So this is a Fruitful Fusion yarn. It's really beautiful. It's whites and greens and pinks, and it is sparkly. Is that going to show up? It's a sparkle. You can just about see a little bit of sparkle in there. Really, really pretty. And I'm almost ready for the toe. So here they are. It knits up a weird sort of stripe. It's not as bad on this side, I don't think. But yeah, it looks kind of a weird stripe. And I think that's because I only cast on 52 stitches because it's for a child. So whether or not that means the stripe hasn't quite, like the whites and the pinks are almost like a gradient, they change. And I don't know if I cast on 64 stitches, whether that would be any different. I don't know. I still love it, and she will still love it. They're pink and sparkly, and yeah, they're really pretty. They're just vanilla socks. So I just did a 2x2 cuff, and then a slip stitch heel, flap and gusset, and then I would just do a normal, I don't even know what the toe's called, a normal toe. And I'm nearly at the toe. I think I'm about 1 centimetre away. So I've almost finished one. Got my little rabbit progress keeper from Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit Yarns. And yeah, these are on DPNs again, 2.5s. I only own 2.5s. I don't know why I looked to see what they are. That's all I own. Yeah, and they didn't take very long to whip up at all because they're only diddy. So once I've done the toe, I will cast on straight away with the other one. if I don't cast on, I'll use the needles for something else. So I need to cast on straight away. So that's those. And they're just in my little bag. I made this myself. It's just a little crisp check bag. I'm no expert at making bags. There are lots of mistakes in this. But it's got like little owl fabric, drawstring, and then inside it's just like spotty. But it works. It, you know, it closes, it holds a project. It's fine. It's fine for me. Next whip is, which one shall I do next? Let's do this one. This is in my lovely Moo and Mouse squirrel bag that I showed you last week. And where is it? There it is inside. Moo and Mouse. It's just spotty inside. So I work in a school, in an office, and it's really, really cold because I'm sitting still at a computer all day. My hands have been getting really cold when I've been typing, and I sit by a window. So my desk is where I'm sat now, and right behind me is a window. And because it's an open plan office, there's 7 of us that share the office. We're having to keep the window open for air because of COVID, just to keep fresh air in the office. So I'm getting a lot of the breeze in the back of my neck, but also I'm finding my hands are getting quite chilly. And I've only got the window open a tiny bit, but and it's fine. I would prefer to have fresh air and layer up than be too hot and not be able to do anything about it. So long story short, I needed some mittens for work. So I found this pattern. Where is it? It's a free pattern. Did I find it on Ravelry? I think it's on Ravelry. I think I might have Googled it, but then it led me back to Ravelry. So on Ravelry, and it's the My Cup of Tea Mitts by FluffyFibers. Originally, it was the My Cup of Tea socks, which was a Robin Lynn pattern, but FluffyFibers has adapted it for mittens. So yeah, that's the pattern. Really, really pretty. And I am making them in, so here's the yarn. It's a really nice pink, slightly tonal. Yeah, really beautiful colour. That's pretty much true to, yeah, I think that is pretty much true to colour. Let me try that side away from the light. Yeah. And this is by Blue Fern Yarns, the lovely Shannon at Blue Fern Yarns. Can't see that properly. Here we go. Blue Fern Yarns. And this is 75/25, and the colourway is called Acer. I think she's got a couple more of these left on her site when I last looked. And they were in the sale as like seconds. But if you're just making something like mitts, you know, I know it might be like a second yarn, but it doesn't really make any difference. It's still a really gorgeous colourway. And let me put it on. Which hand is it? This one. Here is the first mitt. Look at that. I absolutely love it. So can you see the pattern? Let me turn it up this way. So it's quite long down, which is really nice. So it will go underneath all my cardigans. It's a 2x2 rib. And then the pattern is all the way at the front. So it's called the Crocus pattern. And it's really simple. But it is, you do need to concentrate because sorry, I'm leaning in so close. Do you want to see me? You want to see the mitt? Every round is different. There's like a 12 round repeat. And every other row is different. So you do need to concentrate on it, even though it's simple. And then it's just got another 2x2 rib at the top, and then the thumb is pretty much a rib, and then the back is plain. You can see the beautiful, how the yarn's striped up. So I finished the first one. I haven't cast on the second one yet, but I'll be doing that today. And yeah, they are really, really beautiful. I really recommend this pattern. Simple, quick. I think it was a couple of days of evenings where my husband wasn't around and the kids are in bed, so I was able to just sit and concentrate. And it is one I had to print off because when you have to sort of start shaping the gusset for the thumb, every single row is different for 32 rows. So these sort of 32 rows here are completely different. So I had to tick it off. So I printed the pattern and then I was able to just mark it off as I went, and that worked really well for me. You can make them as short or as long as you like. So it's a 12 round repeat, and up to the thumb gusset, so up to here, this was like a 4 repeat. So you could do 5, 6 or 3, or you could make them really short, just sort of wrist ones. Yeah, so really pleased with that one. I used, I can't remember what the pattern calls for. Where is it? Got everything in a different order. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so the pattern calls for 2.5mm needles, DPNs, and it's written for DPNs, which is great for me because I love DPNs. But I upped it to 3mm. And yeah, so I was just using my 3mm DPNs. And for me, it's perfect gauge because I say I'm quite a tight knitter. So I always up my needle size. So, and you can see they fit perfectly. So I upped that to 3mm with a 4-ply yarn, and it was perfect. So really happy with those. Can't wait to get that finished, and then I can be wearing them at work, and of course all through the winter anyway. My last, is it my last? Yeah, this is my last whip. So I've only got 3 whips at the moment, plus the crochet baubles. And this is the next pattern in the, no it's not, yeah, it's the next pattern in the knit vent. And this is called the, where is it? It's, the Tidings Shawl, and again by Curioushandmade. I think they've released 5 out of the 6 patterns. So I've just started pattern number 2, so I'm a little bit behind. But once I've cast off my Christmas socks, I'll be casting on pattern number, I'll be casting on the socks anyway. They've released some socks, so I'll be casting the socks on soon. But anyway, this is the pattern. Yeah, it's a really nice shawl. It's got a bit of design, bit of texture, bit of, yeah, lots of different things in it. I don't know if there's a pattern, there's a picture here, look, I'm going to show you this, yeah. There's a picture there of the back. So it's quite large. The shawl is knit in worsted, but I didn't have any of that. In fact, I didn't have anything other than 4-ply or cotton. So I ordered some yarn from Wool Warehouse, and I've gone for DK. So I'll show you my 3 colours. I'll show you what I've cast on so far. Look, so this will be my main colour. It's like taupe colour, but I've literally just started it. And I'm knitting these on 5mm. What does the pattern call for? 4.5. So the pattern calls for 4.5, and I'm knitting it on a 5 with a DK. So it'll be slightly, maybe slightly gappier, but I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I haven't done very much at all, but I started that. And these are the colours. So if I sort of hold that up, so you've got the main colour, which is like on this pattern, it's the cream. So I'm using Drops Puma, which is a natural mix. It's 100% alpaca, I think. Yeah, 100% alpaca. So I've got this lovely taupe for the main colour, which is really nice. Then for the sort of mustardy stripe, I've gone for a nice pink. Real pale sort of rose rustic antique pink, really nice. And then for the dark, where she's got the sort of the bluey grey on here, I've gone for a dark grey. And I don't know if these colours have names. Let me have a look. I'll show you them all together. So hang on, there we go. So you've got this, yeah, this will be the main colour. I think if I hold them up like it would be in the pattern. So you'll have the main colour, a bit of pink, a bit of main colour, bit of grey. I think that's going to be really lovely and really neutral. That I can wear that with almost anything. I don't know if they have colours on them. No, they don't. So the sort of taupey colour is colour 4. You see that? I'm shaking. Colour 4. The pinky one is colour 9, that one. And the grey one, the darker grey, is colour 5. So I've ordered those and I'm starting that. I also ordered a couple of extra for the taupe because one of the other patterns in the knit event is a really nice hat, and I thought the taupe would go really well with the wrap, so I could wear the shawl. I could wear the shawl and the hat, and there'd be a little matchy going on. So I don't normally do matchy, but sometimes it's nice. So that's all my works in progress. Future plans. So I think that shawl's going to take me quite a while, but again, it's one of those where every single row, every other row is different. So there are pages and pages of pattern notes. So I've printed that off and I'm ticking it as I go. I'm on row 13 of, oh, I don't know if I should look. Hang on. Where's the end? Sorry. Row 13 of, I'll get there in a minute. 130 rows. That's not too bad. 10%? 1%? I don't know. Don't do maths. So yes, so I'm doing that. So future plans. I want to knit, like I just said, the hat. I think it's called the cheering hat from the knit event pattern. I also signed up to, which I talked about last podcast, the Adventure Gnome by Imagined Landscapes. So I've signed up for that, and that's where you get to knit this little gnome creature. I've already got my yarn ready, and you get a pattern. It's through December, so the first part of the pattern's released on the 1st of December, and then I think every other day a part of the pattern is released, and you get to knit him right through December, so excited for that. But the 3mm needles that I'm knitting my mittens on, I need for the gnome. So I've got 8 days to finish the mittens, so they're going to be my priority because I want to start the gnome on the 1st of December. I don't want to wait. And then it's Advent really. So I've got a few yarn advents. I'll put a little clip in at the end of this because I was going to film upstairs. My advents are by the bed. I've set up a little area for all my advents. And I was going to film there, but it's in front of the window and the light was just too bad. So I couldn't film there. So I took a little clip, which I'll add on to the end of this. So I have the yarn advent by Vicky Brown Designs. I went for the 10-gram minis for that one. I've got a yarn advent from Green Lambkin Yarns from Suzanne. And it's all in little brown paper bags. So I've put that all in a little basket, all ready to open. So it's exciting. And they were 10-gram minis as well. And then I got the Beehive Yarn Advent, which is 20 grams. I know it sounds really extravagant, but all of these places allowed me to pay in instalments. So the Vicky Brown one and the Green Lambkin Yarn ones, I think I started paying in like March or April, but they were only £10 a month. And for me, that's really affordable. I can't necessarily do more than that. But every month, sort of, so it was £20 because it was £10 for each one. But it doesn't feel like a lot of money. So I did that all the way through the year, which made it a lot more affordable. And the Beehive Yarn ones was also in instalments. They were 3 larger instalments, but that was sort of my COVID treat to myself. In the middle of lockdown, I was like, I really want something to cheer me up. I'm gonna buy it, and I did. And then, so those are my 3 main sort of 1st of December advents. Then I'm doing a swap with somebody as well. And I've also got a swap with my friend Ollie and Bella Cherie from the Ollie and Bella podcast. So hopefully we're gonna, because she lives nearby, hopefully we're gonna be able to meet up after lockdown and do a swap, a physical swap. So I've got to get hers all ready, so that's fun. And what else? Oh, I've got the Yarn Badger Christmas striping yarn. I haven't opened it yet, but I will be opening it this week because I want to get it balled up, ready to use. Cast my Christmas socks on the 1st of December. And I've got one from the Dotty Wool Company, another self-striping one that I thought I'd try. That hasn't arrived yet, so when that one arrives, I'll be getting that one ready to cast on some Christmas socks as well. And then I've got a couple of other things coming for Christmas Day that my husband's bought me and the children have bought me, and I know what they are because I bought them for myself, but they're giving them to me. So I've got a couple of other things to come at Christmas as well, which is really exciting. So that's my, well, I'll say future plans. So when I open the Advents, I've got some choices. I really want to make the litmus cowl. I'm not sure which set I'm going to use to make that. Suzanne from Green Lambkin contacted me and said that her set would be really good for that. So I might use hers for the litmus cowl. I'd like to do a log cabin. Oh no, I'm doing Cozy Memories blanket anyway, so bits and pieces will go into my Cozy Memories blanket. And also, I think I'd like to make a log cabin blanket, but yeah, I'm going to keep my options open. I don't necessarily want to use every Advent straight away because projects come up throughout the year, don't they? Like someone will release an amazing project in June that's perfect for like minis. So I could save some of them for something that might crop up in the year. Also, future plans leads me on to acquisitions, and I only have one acquisition. I've been really good. So my acquisition, that's because I've been buying Christmas presents. And you know, when you're buying Christmas presents, something has to give, doesn't it? And this month it was yarn. So the only acquisition I have, and it's, oh, it's gone all messy. Hang on, let me tidy it up. You might have seen on Instagram and on YouTube that Lay Family Yarns and Jules of Kelly of Lay Family Yarns and Jules of So Sweet Violet have clubbed up together to do what they're calling, sorry for the rustling, the Rainbow Chronicles. And basically Jules released a little YouTube video last night, and it's basically knitting a rainbow of socks throughout the year. So every month there'll be a set colour, so January is pink, and there are a few rules, but basically you have to knit a pair of pink socks in January. And if you knit socks all throughout the year, you can be entered into a grand prize. So I'm planning to knit rainbow socks throughout the year. And Kelly from Lay Family Yarns has created these colourways, and she's going to be releasing colourways 2 months in advance. So the January colourways went for sale this month. I don't know if she's got any left. I know she's been inundated with requests for these packs. So she's done 100 gram skeins, maybe 50 grams. She's done some 20 grams and some 10 grams. And I ordered the 10 gram minis. So I'm going to show you them now. They're still in the packet. I might have to take them out. It's really noisy. There we go. Can you see those? So these are my 10 grams. I'm going to take them out because you can't see properly through the plastic. So I was lucky enough to be able to get hold of a set. And I'm going to use these to make my January rainbow socks. I might, because there's quite a lot here and they're all different colours. Look, here they are. They are so beautiful. They're all really gradiented, lovely together. They, try and show you them. That one and that one. There's like a pop of yellow in there in that one. Another pink and another one. So yeah, these are really lovely. What I might do is find a contrasting colour, like another pink of my own stash, to do the heels, toes and cuffs, and then use these for striping. But then if I do that, I'm hoping I'll have a little bit left over to go into my Cozy Memories, because I'd really like to remember my socks throughout the year in my Cozy Memories blanket. So I need to sort of work out my sock math and how many grams I'm going to need for each sock and how I'm going to split these up. I might split these into 5, well, if I'm doing 2 socks, I'll have to split these into 5 grams anyway. So I'll split each of these into a 5 gram ball and then work out how many I need to actually do a pair of socks. I've never done sock math before. And especially if I do a separate heel, toe and cuff, I think I might be all right. Oh, they're so tactile. I'm sitting here stroking my yarn. So yeah, so the next colourway will be for sale in December. It just gives you time to plan and yeah, go ahead. So that's a January cast on. Yeah, so excited for that. And that was my only acquisition. And that is all the yarny stuff I have to talk about. As you can probably see behind me, we have our Christmas decorations up. On here, we've got all our advents. So when the children were born, or when they were little, we bought wooden advents for all of us. And we're very lucky. The elves come to our house on the 30th of November while we're asleep, and they fill up our wooden advents with chocolate balls. And so when we wake up on the 1st of December, we've got chocolates. Exciting. The elves can take them away if we're naughty. We've not had that happen yet. And sometimes if we're really good, we can have 2 in our advent. If we've been really good the day before, the elves will top it up and give us another one. So that's our wooden advents. So this reindeer is my middle child's. The train is my husband's. Oh, my arm, where's my arm? I can't stretch that far. The nutcracker is my youngest. This big one here, we bought that for my eldest daughter from Jojo Mam Bebe when she was really little, and it's massive, so the balls get a bit lost in there, but we got that one. And then this beautiful little house one here, I bought in a shop in Mevagissey, and I don't think it's hugely commercially available. I've not seen another one like it, but they might be out there, but that's mine. But the drawers are really tiny. So in order for the elves to fit things in, it is literally little like foil covered chocolate balls, unfortunately. We tried, they tried one year to give us Quality Street and celebrations, but they got squished and stuck in the drawers. So chocolate balls it is, but you know, I'm not going to say no to a chocolate ball in the morning. That's delightful. So yeah, we've got all our decorations up. I've put up my Christmas village. Let me see if I can give you a sneak peek, because it's behind me in the corner. Are you ready? Get a headache. There it is. Look, there's my village. And there's our tree. But there's my village. I've got a little video of that as well. I've gone wonky. I've got a little video of that as well that I'm going to pop on the end of my Christmas village when it's all lit up at night. I love my village. Every year my mum buys me, and sometimes I buy something new for it to add to the village. Yeah, it's amazing. Love it. Really, really love it. So exciting to get out. The only thing we have yet to do is buy our real tree. So this weekend, so on Friday, it's my daughter's birthday. She'll be 6. So we can't do much on Friday because she'll be at school. We can't really see any family unless they come to the front door. So on Saturday, we're going to our local National Trust place. We've booked in to go for a walk because their gardens are open. So, and we're National Trust members. We bought, long time ago, just before my gran died, she gave us sort of a small inheritance. And with that, we bought life membership for the National Trust. We've got lots of lovely places around here. But also every time I go, I think of her because, you know, she enabled us to get that membership, and it's not cheap. But I think because we got it when we were, you know, relatively young, we will easily make the value of that money back by the number of trips that we go on. So we have life membership. So we've booked to go around the gardens on Saturday morning, and so have some other members of our family. So we will happen upon them while we're walking around the grounds and stay socially distanced. But at least, you know, my daughter will get to see her grandparents, you know, near her birthday. Hi, so sorry about that. My phone ran out of storage. So I spent the last half an hour deleting old videos and photographs and apps that I don't use. So I haven't got much space left. So I will wrap this up. Thank you for watching. I'll say pop a little couple of clips at the end of my Christmas village and my Christmas advents. And I'm hoping to do some sort of thing in December, Vlogmasy-ish, showing my yarn advent openings and maybe talking a little bit. It might not be every day, but I'll try and film every day and then maybe accumulate it into something for once a week. I don't know. I don't know what I'll have time for, and I don't know how much storage my phone will let me have. So I'm going to have to go through and delete a lot more videos. But thank you for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. And I will see you again, hopefully soon. Have a lovely, have a lovely afternoon. Bye.